Hello, here's my process breakdown video of how I helped make the ground cover for our installation. So the general steps was checking to make sure that all the pieces of the fabric fit in the play lab, dyeing the fabric, drying it and gluing it together, and then the final ground cover. So first we had to check and make sure that we got the right amount of fabric and that it would fit. So here are some pictures of us just laying it out and checking to make sure it fit and it covered everything that we needed it to cover. And then after that, Krista and I went ahead and dyed the fabric green, just so that way it wouldn't just look like such a beige color, and it would sort of act and look like grass in the installation. And to dye this, we bought a gallon of paint, and we just mixed it with water to sort of make our own sort of dye solution. And so we just put the dye in some tubs, and then we took each panel of fabric and dyed them separately. And each panel of fabric was 9 by 12 feet. So we had to dye everything, each panel one by one. And then after dyeing them, the picture on the right is us wringing out the excess water and dye out on Krista's balcony. And then after dyeing it, we went ahead and took the panels to a laundromat. That way we can sort of get them about like 60 or 70% dry, just so that way they weren't soaking wet whenever we took them to the play lab to finish air drying. And so we just hung them on the rails in the play lab, and then after everything was dry, it was pretty much dry the very next day. So the next day we hot glued all of the fabric pieces together to make one sort of big piece of ground cover. That way we didn't have to worry about gluing down each individual piece of fabric, and we didn't have to worry about people tripping on all of the seams. And then here are some pictures of the final ground covering. The picture on the left is it in regular lighting. The picture on the right is it in the UV lighting.